Alright, buckle up, because I am about to drop a truth bomb that LL make you rethink everything you know about cars. There's a 30-year-old Mitsubishi out there, still tearing up back roads that had smoked half the shiny new rides clogging up dealership lots today. Stick with me, and I'll unveil that hidden gem at the end, a car so tough, so soulful, it's practically laughing at modern tech. I'm your host, just a grease-stained gearhead who's been wrenching on engines since I could hold a socket, and this channel's all about celebrating the machines that make your heart race. Whether they're purring V6 South or growling turbos. Today, we re-diving into 12 old Mitsubishis that prove classics are on just surviving, they re-outlasting the over-engineered, touchscreen-obsessed cars of 2025. Let's hit the road. Picture this, it's 1982, and Mitsubishi drops the Pajero, a boxy, unapologetic 4x4 that looks like it could eat a modern crossover for breakfast. This thing wasn't built to sip coffee in a suburban driveway, it was born to conquer deserts, jungles, and everything in between. That first-gen Pajero, with its rugged ladder frame and 2.6-liter inline-4, was a Dakar rally legend, winning races while other SUVs were still figuring out how to parallel park. Owners still swear by high mileage. Examples are out there clocking 300,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Why? Because it's mechanical, not digital. No computers to fry, just raw, reliable guts. Compare that to today's SUVs, where a dead battery in your key fob can strand you. The Pajero's simplicity is its superpower. Like a trusty old Leatherman in a world of flimsy multi-tools. Now, let's talk about the Lancer X2000 Turbo. This thing was Mitsubishi's middle finger to the idea that small sedans had to be boring. Let's shift gears to the Starion, a wedge-shaped rocket from the mid-80s. This wasn't just a sports car. It was Mitsubishi's swing at the Porsche 944 and Mazda RX-7, that 2.6-liter turbo four-cylinder. A beast when tuned right, spitting out 200-plus horsepower in the right hands. It had pop-up headlights. God, I miss those, and a rear-wheel drive setup that made it a drift king before drifting was cool. The Starion's cult following is no joke. You'll find them at car meets, polished like family heirlooms, while newer sports cars are already rusting in obscurity. It's like comparing a vinyl record to a Spotify playlist. One's got soul, the other's just convenient. Don't sleep on the Mitsubishi 3000 GT either. Early 90s. This thing was a tech monster. Twin turbos, all-wheel drive, active aero, and four-wheel steering. It was like Mitsubishi stuffed a spaceship into a sleek, curvy body. Sure, it was complex, but that's what made it special. A buddy of mine bought one for peanuts, fixed it up with a Haynes manual and some elbow grease, and now it's his Sunday driver. Meanwhile, modern performance cars need a dealership's worth of diagnostics just to change the oil. The 3000 GT is a reminder that Mitsubishi wasn't afraid to swing big, even if it meant going toe-to-toe with Nissan's 300ZX or Toyota's Supra. Let's not forget the Colt Mirage, the little hatchback that could. Back in the late 70s and 80s, it was the king of eco-boxes, with a 1.4-liter engine that sipped gas but still had enough pep to make commuting fun. These things were everywhere, driven by everyone from college kids to grandmas, and they just wouldn't die. I saw one at a junkyard last year, still running, surrounded by newer cars that gave up the ghost years ago. It's like the Mirage was Mitsubishi's cockroach built to survive anything, even bad drivers. Then, there's the Mighty Max pickup, a compact truck from the 80s and 90s that was tougher than a bar fight. No frills, just a solid frame, a bulletproof 2.4-liter four-cylinder, and a bed that could haul anything you threw at it. Farmers, contractors, and gearheads loved M because they didn't pretend to be anything they weren't. Compare that to today's pickups, loaded with leather seats and infotainment screens, but ready to crap out the second you go off-road. The Mighty Max is still a legend in rural towns, where you LLC M chugging along with 400,000 miles, and a patina that tells a story. The Galant VR4 deserves a shout, too. This was Mitsubishi's secret weapon in the late 80s, a turbocharged, all-wheel drive sedan that laid the groundwork for the Evo. It wasn't just a car, it was a rally car for the street, with a 2.0-liter 4G63T engine that could take a beating and keep coming back for more. Enthusiasts still hunt these down, modding them to 400 horsepower without breaking the bank. Try doing that with a modern sedan without a computer science degree. Now, the Eclipse man, where do I start? The first gen from '89 was a game-changer. Turbocharged all-wheel drive GSX models were dragstrip demons, and even the base models had style for days. It was the car you wanted in high school, the one you dreamed about while stuck driving your mom's minivan. The Eclipse had personality, something you can say about most modern coupes that look like they were designed by a focus group. These cars are still out there, some beat to hell, others cherished, like classic muscle. Let's tip our hats to the Montero, the Pajero's North American cousin. This SUV was a beast, with a 3.5-liter V6 that could tow, climb, or cruise without complaint. It didn't care about luxury, it cared about getting you there. I knew a guy who took his Montero across the Rockies in a blizzard. Said it felt like the truck was daring the storm to try harder. Modern SUVs, they're more about heated seats than actual adventure. The Cordia and Tredia. Now those are deep cuts. Early 80s compacts with quirky styling and turbo options that made them sleeper hits. They weren't icons like the Evo, but they had a charm that's hard to find today. You'd see them at car shows, parked next to flashier rides, but the owners, they'd talk your ear off about how these underdogs just keep going. Don't overlook the Delica either. This van was Japan's answer to the VW bus, but with 4x4 grit. From the 80s to the 90s, it was a gunnyware machine for adventurers and families alike. You still see M on overlanding forums, tricked out for off-grid camping, while modern minivans are basically glorified taxis. And the iMev, okay, hear me out. Mitsubishi's little electric city car from 2009 was a pioneer. It wasn't sexy, but it was practical, with a range that worked for urban life and a design that screamed I am different. While modern EVs chased Tesla's shadow, the iMe was out there proving electric could be reliable, not just flashy. So, what's the hidden gem I teased at the start? It's the Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution, a homologation special from the mid-90s, built for Dakar glory. Only 2,500 were made, with a 3.5-liter V6 pumping out 275 horsepower, beefy suspension, and a look that screams I'm not here to play. These things are unicorns now, still running strong, while newer cars are in the scrapyard. Find one, and you've got a piece of history that'll outlast anything on the road today. Why do these old Mitsubishis endure? Because they were built with purpose, not gimmicks. No touchscreens that crash, no sensors that fail when you sneeze. Just engineering that says, you want to drive. Let's drive. They remind us that cars aren't just appliances, they're stories, adventures, dreams. Modern cars, too many are soulless, built to be replaced, not remembered. So here's the question I'll leave you with. When you re-wrenching on your ride in 20 years, will it be a classic that tells a story, or just another forgotten computer on wheels? Drop your thoughts below, hit that subscribe button if you're a gearhead like me, and share this with someone who gets why old cars still rule the road. Until next time, keep the revs up and the rubber down.